Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Vaesen Behind the Masks. We are back with session 37, and I welcome once again Blake, Sharon, and Jim. You seem surprised that Carnivale went without a hitch, like you're suspicious or something.
Yeah, I was expecting to get stabbed and danced with and threatened, not necessarily in that order.
I guess even the Black Crows need to take a vacation every once in a while.
Hell yes. Even they get to enjoy Carnivale. So you had an uneventful night. A good great night, don't get me wrong. It was a bloody great night for everyone. But it was uneventful. You haven't been disturbed, you haven't been belittled or harassed or anything else.
I mean, the question on everyone's mind is, did Severino and Artemisia go to separate bedrooms? What happened there?
Severin,
Wash your mouth out.
A lady never tells.
And I'm not a lady. This is what happened. He would be happy with whatever made her happy.
I think she would have given you a goodnight kiss at the door and let you go to your room. And she'll go to hers.
Yeah, that'll make it easier to sleep.
Yes. Yeah, so today is now the 21st of April, day after Carnivale, day 1 of 40 for Lent. And it's like someone's flicked a great big switch. All the colour has gone from the city, where there was ribbons and festooning and bunting and glorious smells and music and laughter. It's just silent and it's almost quite bleak, which is in contrast to a beautiful spring day, but there you have it.
Probably fits the mood of today better anyway.
It may do. You hear the walking stick as Vittorio goes to the front door. He opens it. You hear the hinges creak. And then he goes, Porco cane! I'm not translating that. Trust me, it's bad. And you hear this elderly man give a pretty vehement, oath, really.
Is it like one of surprise or one of, F you?
No, surprise.
Right.
Surprise. And
Yep, I'll head down. Well, Bennett will head to see Vittorio. All is all well.
Well, he'll look at you from up the stairs and step away from the door, and you see the bloodied, flayed skin of a goat nailed, hanging to the door.
That's where I left that.
Cool, dude, cool.
Oh my god.
Well, that's not good. Yeah, I mean, Bennett will have his own exclamation at that. Like, God, what is that? And he'll head down towards it. I think actually he would first move Vittorio back a bit, just wondering, just worried, and then I'll look out onto the street, sort of checking, see if I see anything.
There's no one. There's no one. And that skin's cold. There's a pool of, not a big pool of blood because, skin doesn't bleed, but there's several drops on the ground. It's probably been there for an hour or so.
I think I'll come down the stairs. Is everything all right, Dr. Bennett?
The moment Umbra sees that skin, he goes,
That's a warning.
Mm-hmm. Meaning what? What sort of warning? Like, I'm coming to get you, or I'm going to sink your town into the sea? Like, what?
I'm coming to get you to destroy you?
Ah, well, that's not news, is it?
No. But if it's got someone to do that. Agents, I told you they're everywhere.
I'm
That
going to
is-
kill every last one of them. All right.
Meanwhile, Bennett's like mumbling these crazy Christians and their rituals. Yanks it down.
It was sackcloth. I'm sure it was sackcloth.
Yeah.
Now it's goat skin. Like totally pagan now.
I can't keep up with all these rituals they do. But he will, in seriousness, he does pull it down, I guess. Can he get it down relatively easily?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah, you
waste of
pull
a
it down.
perfectly good goat.
It was a perfectly good goat. It's the goat's all there. It's just missing the interior.
I mean, does this look skinned in a way that like I understand how it was skinned, or is it like some kind of like magical thing where like all the inside of the goat was just teleported away? You know what I mean?
No, it looks like it was skinned physically.
Okay, so could have just been a person. Why? And I'll like basically turn around and shut the door at this point. Why would anyone? What does this even mean?
I think it's a warning. The demon thing that, affects grain and cattle, it's got a goat-like thing, remember? We read in the book. So this is its way of reminding us it's there and it's coming for us, sort of thing. Well, it's coming towards Venice anyway.
And it is, because all those towns I was reading over the last few sessions, there is a steady progression from Austria across the border and further towards Venice. So it has been moving directly for you over the course of several weeks.
Fantastic.
Remind me, did Sabrina give any reason as to why this demon would be gunning it for us specifically? Or just in...
No, just that it goes for farms and cattle.
Okay. Yeah, why would it send a warning here? Does it know about the society?
I think it knows about the villa. Everybody seems to know about the bloody shop.
Are we sure this is your demon and not a response from the Black Rose to the gifts?
That's
Is that what we're calling it? The gifts?
Oh, you went ahead with that, Miss Arwell?
awful and stuff.
Oh, shit.
Many a doorstep has been darkened lately. Well, as disturbing as this is, I don't believe it changes our plans.
No, it doesn't seem like the Black Rose's style. They blew up some statues. They didn't sort of torture animals and stuff. This seems more... This seems more best... Well, they beat the hell out of it, but then...
That was a
still...
monetary gain to it.
This seems more bestial. Is any way I can... Yeah. I could be wrong, but... Yeah, I don't...
I mean, Bennett certainly feels creeped out to be so, like, seen by this demon, like it's... We were hunting it. Well, that was his impression, is that we were going to go hunt it. Seems to be very well aware of us. Suppose...
Well, that's a curse of success. We're known... The Black Rose found us easily enough, unfortunately. Oh, wait, that's because you told them where we live. Yeah, no, that's different.
Your ability to let go of a mistake is one of your many terrors.
It's all right. Hey, I'm still angry at myself. I didn't shoot him when we first met him, but anyway.
Yeah.
Another day, another opportunity of failure. No, success. Yeah.
It's all a matter of how you perceive it, hey?
Yes.
So I guess we pack our things, get ready to go.
Well, as you're having that conversation, you have that conversation by the door as you're looking at this dripping carcass, or where are you going to have that conversation?
Yeah, I imagine it's like on the inside of the front door, basically.
No, it has to be had in front of the dripping carcass. I mean,
No, I'm holding the dripping carcass. Don't worry about it. It's with us. It's in my hands. While we...
So as that conversation,
But it's like, what do I do with this?
as you're kind of wrapping up that conversation, 3 people turn the corner and walk towards the villa, and they're not city people. They're dressed in country clothing, like work clothing. And they look at the goat skin and they look at you, Bennett, with your hand in it, and they just stop. Like, what is this guy doing?
Morning.
I'll say, no, this is not us. We're trying to help people. We're getting this down. Someone put this here. Bad people put this here.
Oh dear. Bad people indeed. We were told to come here that you may help us, but it seems you have some problems of your own.
Oh no, this is fine. What issues? I'm and I'll hand off the skin to Severino. I'm Dr. Theodore Bennett. You've come to the villa for help?
Yes, we were told that you would be able to help us without, well, maybe. Our relatives have gone missing. We're hoping you can help us. We think this is something that the villa might have some expertise in.
Right. Would you like to come inside?
That would be lovely. Thank you.
Don't mind the blood.
Yes, they step. Well, no, they don't gingerly step over the blood. I mean, they're used to slaughtering animals
I'll
themselves.
take that out to the garden.
You're going to bury it with the mirror shards?
I think I'll just say to the pixies, what should we do with this?
Bloodclots!
And they will, whole horde of them will come and snatch it out of your hand and
Have fun. And then I'll watch
disappears
out.
up a tree.
That's 2 problems with 1 stone right there. Yeah, Bennett will gesture them to the dining room or the lounge or something, somewhere they can take a seat.
Mm-hmm. They're looking around like, wow, this is very posh. And when they sit down on the very edge of the seat, like they're scared that the seat's going to just eat them. They're definitely not used to the finery of the house. We apologize for disturbing you so early in the morning. I should explain the 3 of them. So you have got, okay, so 2 of them introduce themselves as Mario and Francesca and Barsi. And another one, his late teens, early 20s, introduces himself as Giorgio. No surname.
Yeah, so you mentioned, it's a pleasure to meet you. This is Severino and Miss Hartwell. And Artemisia and Vittorio, they're here. You mentioned some people have gone missing, but that you found one of them?
See. And Francesca kind of dabs her eye with a handkerchief. My son, Giulio Barsi. He was tending cattle near Treviso. Left the village to bring the cattle up to the alpine pasture for spring. The cows arrived at the pastures, but Giulio never did. The cows were in bad conditions. The heifers had lost their calves. Hair was falling out. They were horribly underweight. My Giulio knows how to look after those cows. He never would have left them alone. I'm scared that something happened to him.
And the other 2?
Giorgio looks quite concerned and probably a little bit sickened as well. He goes, my cousins went missing, but we found one. Davide and Irene. They were traveling from our village to another one 2 mountains over. Neither of them made it. We done a search and we found Darby there. More like it, we found his body. He had been ravaged, but there was no blood. Irene is still missing. But we did find this near Davide's body, and we don't know what this is. And he'll pull out a piece of dried willow. 17 or give me a learning with +2.
Logic. 1.
So okay. He'll hand you the piece of it's wicker to you, and you look at it, and Umbra's.
I think that's part of the zisti. It's part of the wicker basket used by the Harbigeis.
Yeah, going by the books, this. Yeah, I'll just tell them that.
So you're going to tell them that their loved ones have probably been eaten by something big, bad, and mean?
I say there's some creatures drain blood and they put the blood in a basket first. Doesn't mean it's happened yet. They may be planning to do it, but...
Oh dear. They cross themselves and Francesca.
The good news is we are aware of this particular creature.
Yeah, are the farms in that direction we were heading anyway, or is that in a different direction? And we've got 2 of these bloody things to deal with.
Convention.
Umbra's like,
One is enough.
but because of the way you delivered, you're very cold and calculated. Oh, it's doing this. Francesca buries her head in her hands and starts quietly sobbing. And Mario just kind of awkwardly pats her on the back of the shoulder. If you knew about this, why have you not done something?
We were gathering information. We were planning to leave today.
How old is it Julio?
Julio
and Irene, is that the other one?
Irene, Davide and Irene, brother and sister.
Yeah.
And Julio. Julio was late teens, so Julio 17. Davide, similar, 16. Irene, 8.
Okay. This is good news. That means that this creature doesn't necessarily it doesn't kill always. It does capture sometimes, particularly children. So yes, that's okay. We can. Thank you for bringing this. As Sabrina said, we plan on actioning this immediately. And yeah, like Blake asked, like, is this like on the route closely enough to what we were expecting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still in that line heading towards you. It's still more like 50 kilometers out, but it is coming.
Yeah.
Slowly. Very slowly. But it's eating things on the way.
Yeah.
Gets hungry.
Do you have somewhere to stay in the city in Venice?
I have cousins here.
Good. Go to them. We will see to this immediately.
You must find them. If they're alive, you must find them.
I suppose if we had like a map of the area, we would sort of get it in front of them and say, you know, your farm is here or here, and get some local bearings on them. While they're here, we might as well.
Yeah, you can pull down a map.
Knowledge.
Yep, you can pull down a map. Northern Italy is riddled with like tiny 5-house villages and paths, but while they're not familiar with maps per se, they can, once they orientate themselves to it, they can find the main roads and work their way back to
Even just sort of half an hour of going over the area, so we're not completely stumbling around blind.
Yeah,
Right,
they'll
cool.
point out their villages and they'll point out where those people were heading to.
Okay, cool.
Might be a strange question. What kind of equipment did you have on your property? They're farmers, is that right?
They're farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you use to, I guess, like tend the soil? Do you have any heavier equipment, machinery of any kind?
No, no, dottore. We shovels and hoes and spades.
Okay.
We do it all by hand. We can't afford were tractors around back then? I think they were.
No,
We
that's
cannot
why I was
afford
very vague with
tractors.
my question. I didn't know if asking for a tractor would be weird. Okay, yeah, go to your cousins. We'll hopefully we can find your family, your relatives quickly.
I hope so.
And then yeah, Bennett's gonna just start going to pack, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor's bag. I mean, like metal. I mean, obviously you could go for something traditional like a sword, but even like a fireplace poker feels dramatic.
Hefty in the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you've got a reasonably well-stocked armory in the house, so you can get as much as you want, as you wish. Within reason, of course. No bazookas are allowed.
Yeah. Do we have birchwood? And then we found that it was vulnerable to birchwood.
You find plenty of it in forest.
Okay.
There might be birchwood stakes. Give me a roll.
Kind of roll.
I have no freaking idea. A luck roll. Give me 3d6. If one of them's a 6, yeah, yes, you find some birch stakes. Otherwise, make your own. Nope. Make your own. But it's plenty in the forest, so once you know what a birch tree looks like. Something you can work on during the night. Whittling around a campfire.
Do we think that, so I've got it written that we found, or I think Severino found, that direct contact causes illness.
Mm-hmm.
Direct as in, like, if I'm wearing gloves, it wouldn't work. Not clear.
The books tend to gloss over such things. It's really annoying.
Yeah. All right. Well, nevertheless, he will.
Where Bennett.
Sorry, go.
I was just going to say, and this is where Bennett becomes Jack the Ripper with the leather apron.
Well, yeah, he's gonna at least hedge his bets and try to avoid any open, exposed skin.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Anyone else gearing up?
Yeah. Severino's request for holy water. It's making more sense. So just a quick sojourn to the local parish.
You get your holy water. I will tell you this, given that you're a minister's daughter and probably have more of the education in religions than most people, not just your standard one. The word demon's a little bit loose, so it's not necessarily a Christian thing. You have demons in a lot of mythologies.
But it's just like crosses and vampires. They work on the faith of the wielder more than the actual. Well, that's a theory.
It's a hope and a prayer.
It's a hope and a prayer.
Yes, Blake, all the XP for you if you kill this thing with holy water. What a shame that the campaign ends after this mystery. So all the XP then.
All right. So are we taking a wagon to the area or trained for some of it? I don't know what.
So in terms of navigation, you'll have to walk out of the city or take the boat. Neither here nor there. And from Mestre, which is on the other side of the lagoon, you would probably just take a carriage because you're going straight to the Alps. So I don't think you get trains.
Yep. Okay.
Where you want to go? Nameless village. Closest village that someone went missing from.
Well, since we know it definitely went to their farm, we'll go to the closest village to there and hoof it from there.
Okay.
Yep.
It's 50 kilometers away, so you are not going to get there before the next day.
Damn it.
Well, horses travel fast, but by the time you pack and move yourselves around, it's already, it's late afternoon by the time you roll into the village, and the driver's gonna set up shop for the night because he's not driving back in the dark, and he's gonna suggest that you set up shop as well in the local tavern.
Either way, Severino.
Yep, that's all fine.
Yeah, so it's just another night in the tavern. It's nice and warm in there. Nice, a bit chill still. It is spring, so we're still getting rid of the last pieces of winter.
While we're in the wagon approaching the town, I'll say we should maybe be quiet and not tell everybody when we get to where we are, because if they have agents in Venice, they might have agents a lot closer to home.
That's a good point. If we do come face to face with this thing, and maybe this is then afterwards once we're like in our rooms, what is our immediate go-to action going to be?
It was vulnerable to metal. That's why I've got this sword from the armory. I've also got this holy water, thanks to Agatha. If it's got any victims, I was thinking while I fight it and go down in a bloody mess, you grab the victims and run for town.
Okay. Okay. Do we know where... I can't remember what the note I had about it is, but it gets like, you can like trap it in wheat or right, something like that. Is that right?
Yes.
If it's but it's also got like the spirit form and the physical form. Okay.
So if it's in the spirit form and you're threshing a field, you're reaping a field, it lives in standing wheat or standing grass. So as you thresh it, you're driving into a smaller and smaller and smaller area.
Okay.
It's that last piece that they take and then burn.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, maybe we should just
Oil and a flint as well.
but I guess knowing any nearby farmland or, anything like that, if we're going to try to lure it somewhere, would be good.
Yeah. To that end, before we get to the inn, because Severino obviously looks like the most
Scruffy?
yeah, I was trying to be most likely to fit in a small village. Agatha was going to give him some coin and, tell him if the opportunity arises to loosen the tongues of the locals with drinks or food.
Okay.
Without, just because she said you warned him about agents, but, if you by
They,
people.
they might give themselves away or something, or
Yeah, they might get chatty about those weird disappearances. And have you
Well.
heard that, Farmer John's cattle has gone funny and
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I could try that.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll work fine.
You come from a country town, don't you? 70 up in the
Yes.
north. But northwest.
Yes.
Yeah. So you walk into the bar, easy enough. You start talking, and within a moment, they've gone, you aren't a local.
I'll say, no, I'm from the name of my town.
Yeah, but you're not local. They know. Every village has its own nuances, if you will.
Okay. I'll laugh along with them, and I'm just passing through.
Yeah. No, they're not suspicious of you. They're not going to.
Yeah. I was like, no, I'm passing through. I'm coming to see my cousins. They're the family that whose cattle got stuffed up, and I'll use their name and say,
Party.
thought I'd come and see if they need a hand with something, because that's what family's for, right?
Oh, the Barces.
Yeah.
Very sad what happened, isn't it? Poor Giulio. He knows those mountains like the back of his hand. I don't understand how he could have gone missing.
Well, hopefully I can find him. I'm going to go and have a look and maybe help with the cattle or whatever, and do what I can to help. That's what family's for. Before, I'm glad it didn't happen in the middle of winter. At least it's not too bad this time of year.
Well, you heard about the two that were found not too long ago, froze over winter.
No, I didn't. What happened there?
It was in the newspaper.
Okay, cool.
I do vaguely remember that one.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, tragedy. Tragedy that happened over winter. But the mountains sometimes demand a sacrifice. It's the danger of it.
That was a father-son, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was. As he goes scrambling back through his notes. Anyway, how can I help you? If you're trying to help the Bart's?
Oh, just relaxing after the journey, and I thought I'd have something to drink, some bread or cheese if you got it, and flick a few coins.
Of course. Please.
If anyone sort of just finished their drink, I'll say, I drink for this, this guy over here, and
yeah, you
just
get
relax
a few
and seem
cheers.
to be appreciating the casual atmosphere sort of thing.
Yep.
Because he is. It's better than being in a bloody wagon.
Well, imagine. Horrible things they are. No suspension, and these roads are rough. That's what you get when you're dirt poor.
Do you want me to roll manipulation or something to see if I can get people talking, or just?
Yeah, let's try.
Here we go. One success.
One success. Yeah, you get people talking. What questions would you like answered? Or just in general?
I guess if it's happened to anyone else, if it's just been like the Barseeds and the two that went in winter, or is there like a third one that I haven't been told about yet, or?
No, that seems to be everyone, that if there's anyone else, they don't know about it. It's just really odd because the father-son went missing like 3 months ago. But their bodies have been found in the spring thaw. But you don't know what condition those bodies were in. You expect, with your knowledge, they're probably mostly decomposed by that point. The Barsi boy went missing probably 2 weeks ago. So just when spring started and the snow started receding, he would have driven the cows up to the northern pastures. As for Davide and Irene, not from the same village, but from a nearby village, they do the walk to that village that we're missing on probably once or twice a week to deliver some supplies. And last week, they just went missing and they found Bubba there 2 days later.
Hmm.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
But basically, all these people knew what they were doing. They've been done it before. They shouldn't have gotten lost. They shouldn't have gotten into trouble. It's unusual.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then head to bed for the night. And are we sharing a room, or are we all?
I thought they were sleeping in the stables.
Wow. I think if anyone's sleeping in the stables, it'll be me.
No, there's room. There's plenty of room in them. Not a
Okay.
problem. So yeah, you can all have some warmth and some food and sleep. Do you have any other questions for the gentleman or
No,
for
no.
the patrons?
Nope.
Nope. Cool. So today is now the 23rd. It's morning. People are up and about. Actually, the whole city is probably pretty much empty. The only people up and about is the innkeeper and his wife cleaning up and getting ready for the day.
Anything useful from the locals last night?
Yeah, they're all the people that went missing shouldn't have. They've been in this area for ages, so it is suspicious that something's happened. The bodies weren't found for a while, so they're either hidden deliberately or accidentally. But yeah, it's suspicious underlined.
Yeah, does that fit the MO of our particular quarry?
I think so. I think it would have tried to keep them alive for a while so it could keep feeding from them as long as possible. It is, that's the word, like a parasite.
Right.
Well, like a hungry hippo, but
Hungry hippo.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so it's probably a couple of more hours of travel before you get to the village.
So after like a quiet moment, I think Severino would turn to Agatha and say, if you ever feel like praying for us, I thought now might be a good time. And if you need us to join in, I'm willing to do what needs to be done.
Oh God, that's dire.
She will just look at you and smile and be, well, Severino, what makes you think I don't pray for us each and every night?
Just give us some zhuzh this time.
Oddly comforting, I suppose. But okay. Well, I appreciate that you have been.
There's a little church here if you really want to. You want to prostrate yourself in front of that altar.
I think we're better off with the beacon of faith traveling with us, as it were. So
He called you a beacon, Agatha. Shine light, shine bright. So, yes, you are still a couple of hours traveling. Do you want to take the carriage? Do you want to walk? Either or.
Yeah, I think Bennett is starting to think we might be quite potentially getting close to where at any point we could come across this thing. And so he's not sure if it's worth removing any civilians from our traveling party at this point.
Perhaps we can hire a wagon instead of a
Like a horse and cart or something.
Yeah,
Mm.
instead of a carriage.
Yeah.
That one that can be,
Useful for lugging dead bodies.
yeah, and driven by a less professional driver.
You can definitely hire one from the tavern. That's easy enough. There's a dray that you can use. This is old white horse. Rock solid, steady. He's not a fast mover, but he'll go where you point him. So yeah, they load you up and they send you off into the Alps. Now, think with the Alps, you've got sections of forest, and then you come up to maybe a small dale where it's all been tilled and harvested. There's crops or cattle, and so it kind of just alternates between the two extremes. Sometimes it's quite not so hilly. Other times the hills are very freaking extreme, so you have to walk around them or drive around them. So, but if you follow the paths, you'll be mostly okay. As long as you don't hit a mountain pass. Because that ain't fun. That is not horse friendly. Yeah, so you head off into the forest to meet your makers, perhaps.
God, hopefully not.
Hopefully
They're
not.
comforting.
Hopefully not. I don't know. Should I reveal to you the hybrid dice or wait till next session? I'm not doing the fight today. It's too late now.
Yeah, no, next session.
Next session, when everyone's awake. Because this thing will give you nightmares. I really don't want.
Right. So yeah, do we get to the farm of the? Oh god, what are they called? It's not the Borgias.
Barsi.
The Barsi. That's it.
The
Yes,
bourgeoisie.
I will say,
The Barovians.
Barovians, you will make it to the Barsi farm. Not a problem. You've got
Oh.
directions.
Yeah. Have a look around.
Yeah, well, Francesca and Mario Barsi are back in Venice. The farm itself is deserted. But you see chickens running around a chicken coop, so someone's obviously been in to let them out, do their thing. There's a barn, a stalla for cows, and it's empty. The hay's all been removed, which makes sense because the cows have been pushed up to the northern pasture. A house is there. It's locked, but it's there. The farm's all nice, reasonably neat and tidy. It's just been shut down while they've gone traveling. What is it you're looking for?
I don't know. Odd tracks, odd smells, CSI stuff. Dr.
No.
Bennett, are you able to break in?
That's harsh, man. That's harsh.
What is this? This is a 12th gen lock. This is a Bennett's. No. What the hell are we looking at here? An old wooden door that pushes open.
It won't be much of a sophisticated lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get in there easy enough. It's just a farmhouse. There's nothing untoward here at all. No signs of disturbance, no signs of anything suspicious.
Yeah. All right. Well, if all the cattle was sent north, it's a good chance that's going to be where our demon is.
Yeah, somewhere between here and there.
Exactly, somewhere between here and there. This can be our fallback position.
Nice. Nice.
Should one sword and an iron poker and some spicy water not be enough to defeat this thing?
Holy water, spicy water. I love it. Yeah.
I don't know, is it worth this is like a fenced area Well, actually, there's a chicken coop thing,
Mhm.
right? What is that like made of? As in, is there like what I'm looking for? I'm doing that thing where a player asks really random questions, but they want a very specific answer. I'm looking for metal,
Metal.
like
It's.
wire or something
Oh,
like that.
I am trying to think, would they have had wire back in those days? And I think they would have. It would be more like a chicken wire, like a twisted wire,
Yeah.
versus
that's-
yeah. So yes, there's
yeah.
wire.
I don't know. Is it? Bennett says, is it ridiculous? Could we like wrap ourselves in this as protection, or use it as a trap? I mean, how much does this thing hate metal? I guess like if we let it into a circle of this, is that going to be enough, or is it?
Hey, I'm willing to give it a go. We could wrap
Should
wire
we-
around our chests and stuff, or
Yeah, should we have broken into a museum and stolen the armor?
Yeah, I consider it.
Umbra whispers to you.
I'm not so sure that's going to work.
I was going to say 1800. Wouldn't Agatha's dress already have metal rings built into the damn thing?
No,
She's
they're not
fine.
metal hoops.
Ah,
They're usually bone or some
It's
sort of
Hartwell.
stiffening.
Take your dress off. It's important.
It's in the interest of emergency.
Get
Take your dress
sla-
off.
you get slapped back to England.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. No, just the thought. Yeah, I think.
I will tell you this for free. I don't like metal. In terms of like, think of a harvesting scythe. You know,
yeah.
it cuts wheat. That's why I don't like metal. So wire won't do.
Yeah,
Won't
fair
bother
enough.
nearly as much.
I will, as we head off, I will start looking for birch trees as well.
Yep.
And,
Yep, forest is full of them.
pick
Right.
up some.
Get some steaks, birch steaks.
Yep.
You can get some small branches that are dropped off, or hack them off with your knife and whittle them down easy enough. You can do that over lunch on the trail. I'll give you that.
Nice.
And you are slowly making your way up north and up and down the mountains of Dales as you head towards the summer pasture for the Barsi cattle. On the way, you will come across a patch of earth off the side of the track. And you can see how things... Actually, give me an investigation, everyone. Okay, Theodore 2.
Nothing.
Blake strikes again.
Mhm.
You know you're on the right track because as you're walking around, you're dodging all the cow patties that are breaking down on the path. And Agatha, no. You guys are too busy dodging the cow pies. But Bennett, you see off to the side that some branches have been snapped and there's signs of a disturbance on the ground. And then you see some dark, frosty residue on the ground, which you ID is blood.
I'll point that out, and warn the others to be ready, and then I'll take out my iron poker and move towards the blood.
Yeah, the blood's well over a week old.
Yeah.
There's a great gat of it. Actually, it's not just on the floor. Your eyes track up and you can see it up a tree trunk, and there's some more up on leaves up there. So whatever hit this guy, Julio, probably nailed an artery, and that's just big
But it's
gat of
not a
blood.
birch tree, right?
Not a birch tree. It's just a tree. It's a nameless tree. Let's
Just
call
a
it a
tree.
larch for lack of a... It's a larch.
So damn it, the demon didn't kill itself at the same time.
No.
So there's no body here. All right.
No. You just found the scene of an assault and blood loss. And you can see from that sort of blood loss, you're like, ugh,
Yeah.
that ain't good.
How recent do you think it was?
I think a week ago,
Mm-hmm.
or at least a few
Couple
days
weeks
at
ago.
least. Yeah.
Yeah. It's still cool, so things aren't degrading as quickly as it would be as if it was summer. So it's preserved a little bit.
This looks. This is not a wound that someone comes back from. Either where Julio got attacked or where Davide got attacked. Hopefully not the young one.
A wolf howls in the distance. And Umbra goes,
Oh crap.
and I'm going to leave it at that point. Unless you wanted to say something, Jim.
No.
You good?
That's better than anything Bennett was going to say.
No, that's good because that sets us up for next session for the encounter of a lifetime. Of one sort or
Just a
another.
very short lifetime.
Yeah.
We're going to see if the dice are going to be kind to you or me. That's all I can say.
I'm very worried because Blake was rolling very well today, which means
You're doomed.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Any questions? Let me know as always. Otherwise, thank you. And thank you to our listeners for following along. We hope to see you next session. So thank you once again to Blake, Jim, and Sharon. We'll see you then. Ciao.